Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say good evening, good afternoon, depending on your location. Um, Happy New Week. I trust that we are doing well wherever we are joining this Zoom from. I want to welcome you to our training this morning. Um, all the leaders that are joining us this morning, thank you for making it to this platform this morning. We want to thank God giving us another opportunity to life. Yes, we should be thankful that we are alive this morning and we should live the purpose of the life that you have been given today, this morning. All right. Let me test my mic. If you can hear me, kindly give me one in the chat. 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 Give me one in the chat if you can hear me. All right. Okay. Seems that I'm audible enough. I'm audible enough. Okay. So we are going to get started. I'm sure that our pen and paper is ready. Yes. I'm sure our pen and paper is ready. Coach Julius, may you get well soon. Yes, Leader Julius is not feeling well today. So I wish him a fast recovery so that he can come back because we have just started the week and we will need him to come and teach some of the lessons that are part of our syllabus, the morning syllabus. So, Coach, we wish you well. Get well soon. Yes, we need you here. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Mopiwa joining you from Johannesburg in South Africa. We are continuing from what we started last week. Last week, yes, we did a couple of sessions that we had, and we looked at a couple of areas in terms of our training. So we are continuing from where we left last week. Can someone remind me where did we leave last week? Can someone remind me where did we end our session last week? To those who were here last week, can you remind me where did we end our session? Where did we end our session? What were we talking about? What were we talking about last week? When we were closing on Friday, where did we end? Where did we end? I need an active class. I need an active class. I need a live class. Yes, let me check because I can see who was here last week. I can look at the name and I'm going to know if you were here last week. All right. If you were here last week, I can know you were here. So don't hide. I can even mention your name in the Zoom. I can mention your name in the Zoom. I know you were here. Should I start mentioning names? Should I start mentioning names? I know you were here. Yes. So I'm expecting you to participate. To those who were here, to those who were here. Yes, I can see the names here. I can call out. I can call out. I know who were here last week. All right. So where were we last week? Give me an answer in the chat. Where did we end our session? Where did we end our session on Friday? On Friday, or you can give me an overview from where we started. You can give me an overview from where we started till we ended the week. Give me an overview. Give me an overview what we looked at the entire week. Give me an overview. Whatever you managed to learn, whatever you managed to grasp, can you drop it in the chat? I want to know. Whatever you managed to grasp during the session throughout the entire week. throughout the entire week? Yes, drop me in the chat. I'm only seeing about dojis here. I'm only seeing about dojis. I'm only seeing about dojis in the chat. Is it only dojis, or that is the class that you attended? You attended the class of dojis. Okay, all right. I'm looking at the answers in the chat. That's why I was a bit quiet. That's why I was a bit quiet. I was looking at the answers in the chat. All right. So yeah, I see. I see most of us. We were in the class where we were talking about dojis, because we have given types of dojis. Yes. So it was the entire week we learned about candlestick chart patterns, right? Remember, we started with TradingView as an application that we are going to use to analyze these chart patterns. Then from there, we opened up by looking at the candlestick anatomy, all right? Yes, we looked at the candlestick anatomy, parts of a candlestick. Then after that, it's when we started looking at different charts that the candles forms, different charts that the candles form. So we looked at the engulfing bar, all right? We looked at the engulfing bar. We also looked at a doji, all right? We also looked at a doji. Not only that, what else did we look at? What else did we look at? We looked at a doji, we looked at an engulfing bar, all right? So at the engulfing bars, we looked at two types. Then at dojis, we also looked at two types, all right? So I think that's where we ended last week. On Friday, we finished with the doji, where we looked at dragonfly doji and gravestone doji. All right. So the dragonfly doji, it is a market reversal signal to the upside, while the gravestone doji, it is a market reversal signal to the downside. All right. And we emphasized where mostly, all right, can a dragonfly doji be valid, or can a dragonfly doji be recognized as it is a dragonfly doji? Where should we find it to say that this signifies bullish to the upside? Because dojis can form in the market, all right, but their position where they are formed matters. Their position where they are forming matters. All right, so we are going to continue from there. Welcome once again to our morning training. To those that are joining us today, just be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Yes, whatever you're going to catch from this training, let it be. But this is a continuation. All right. So if you find yourself getting lost, just be patient yourself. Eventually, you're going to find yourself, all right? Eventually, you're going to find yourself. So I'm sharing my screen. So that we continue with our chart patterns. We are continuing with the chart patterns, all right? So make sure that your pen and paper is ready. Because we are continuing with the chart pattern. All right. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? If you are able to see my screen, give me one in the chat. If you are able to see my screen, kindly give me one in the chat. So ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at different types of chart patterns that you are most likely to find in the market. There are so many of them but what we are going to share with you, they are the most likely that you're going to find in the market. So if you don't see an engulfing bar type of a chart pattern, probably you are going to see a doji type of a chart pattern. If you don't see a doji type of a chart pattern, then you are going to see this other type of a chart pattern called a morning star type of a chart pattern. All right. Yeah. So let's get started here. We are continuing with our lesson. Let us look at a morning star type of a chart pattern. Morning star. Yes, a morning star type of a chart pattern. Yes. So when you hear the word morning star, when you hear the word morning star, in the morning like this, to those that is morning, to those that is morning in their location, when you hear the word morning star, what comes to your mind? When you see a morning star, it means the day is going to be full of what? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, come in the chat. When you hear the word morning star, or when you see a morning star, what comes to your mind the day that is going to come, or the morning that is going to come? The morning star signifies what? Not in our candlestick chart pattern. No, I just want to hear, because there is a connection somewhere. I just want you to connect. I just want you to connect. All right. I want you to connect when we are looking at the morning star and the real morning star that we always see in our everyday life. When you see a day, when you see a day that is welcomed by a morning star, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Some they are saying a wonderful day, a day with sunlight. Okay. Yes. So a morning star signifies that there should be bright sunshine. Bright sunshine. There is going to be happiness. Yes. Others they are saying happiness. Others they are saying joy. All right. But there should be a bright sunshine. Probably it is going to be a clear day. All right. It's going to be a clear day. It's going to be full of sun. All right. It's going to be full of sun. All right. So let's go to trading view. Let's go to chart patterns and see what does the morning star signifies. So the morning star pattern is considered as a bullish, yes, as a bullish reversal pattern. All right. This type of a pattern, it is considered as a bullish type of a chart pattern. So the moment you hear the word bullish, all right, what comes to your mind? It means buyers, they are going to be in what? In control. Buyers, they are going to be in control. Okay. So what else does it mean? It means that buyers, they are taking power. Buyers, they are taking over from sellers. Okay. So whenever you see the word morning star, it simply means the market is going to be bullish. All right. So it means the signal is going to change direction. The reversal signal. Remember, we are looking at market reversal signals. Okay. Market reversal signals. It's either they signify downwards or they signify upwards. Okay. When we say a market reversal signal, it means there is a signal to the downside and there is a signal to the upper side. So the moment you see the word morning star, it means the market is going to become bullish. In another way, this is a bullish reversal pattern. It often occurs, all right, listen to me. It often occurs at the bottom of a downtrend. At the bottom of a downtrend. It often occurs at the bottom of a downtrend. This is a downtrend. All right, this is a downtrend. If you remember very well, Coach Julius was teaching us about trends. All right, so it often occurs at the bottom of a downtrend. And remember, it consists of 3 candles. It consists of 3 candles. It consists of how many candles? 3 candles. Now, let us look at the first candle. Let us look at the first candle. The first candle, as you can see, if you remember very well, I said that in my slides that I'm showing you here, okay, the black color represents sellers, okay, so don't get confused. The black color represents sellers and the white color represents buyers. All right, so I want you to follow clearly here. So I'm saying it should consist of 3 candles. Okay, the morning star type of a chart pattern consists of 3 candles. All right, now let us look at the first candle. As you can see, the first candle is a bearish candle. The first candle, it is a bearish candle. It indicates that sellers, they are still in charge of the market. Can you see? Can you see the size of the body of the candle? If you remember very well, when we were looking at body sizes of a candlestick, what do they signify? When a candle is small and the other one is big, what does they signify? So this signifies that sellers, they are still in charge of the market. All right. Can you see it's bigger than this one? So this signifies that sellers, they are still in charge of the what? Of the market. Mind you, the market is coming from the top. Sellers, they are busy selling. They are busy taking profit. All right. So when the market is going down, okay, when the market is going down, this is a downtrend. It is approaching the resting area for sellers, okay, approaching the support level. All right. So the market is coming from the upper side, trending downwards. So you can see a couple of red candles, a couple of red candles, a couple of red candles. This signifies that sellers, they are still in charge of the market. But when it comes to the second candle, you can see that sellers, they are there, yes, but now they are failing. They are failing to push the price further down. Can you see the size of this candle and this candle? Okay, if this was a 1 hour time frame, this also is a 1 hour time frame. But the size of this candle in the 1 hour time frame and the size of this candle in the 1 hour time frame, they are different. So this signifies that sellers, they are no longer having the power to push the price further down. But here it showed that sellers, they are still in charge. Okay, they are still in charge. You can see that the shadow, can you see the shadow there? It is so small. The shadow there is so small. So this signifies that sellers, they are still in control of the market, but here they are losing momentum. They can't push the price further down. As a result, buyers, they are looking it as an opportunity. They are looking it with a hawk eye and say, aha, now I think they are becoming weaker and weaker. Guys, let's get ready. Let's get prepared and take over. All right. So you can see here, the amount of sellers is not many. So when the amount of sellers is not many, it means the supply is what? Supply is what? Is low. Okay. Supply is what? Is becoming low. So buyers, they are finding it an opportunity to enter. Buyers, they are finding it an opportunity to enter. So the second candle is a smaller one, which represents that sellers, yes, they are in control, but they are failing to push the market much lower. Okay, they are failing to push the market much lower, further down there. Sellers, they are still there, but they are losing momentum. All right. So the third candle, it is a bullish candlestick. Okay, it is a bullish candlestick. So when you see this, it signifies that buyers, they are going to take over the market from sellers. Buyers, they are going to take over the market from sellers. Yes. So that is a morning star type of a chart pattern. That is a morning star type of a chart pattern. I just want to come to trading view quickly. and paint a certain picture there. Yes, I just want to come to trading view quickly and paint a certain picture there. Yes. So when you look at a morning star type of a chart pattern, you will discover that buyers are taking over power from sellers. Buyers are taking over power from sellers. Okay. Buyers are taking over power from sellers. Buyers are taking over power from sellers. All right, let me check if I may find. Let me look at Solana. Let me look at Solana. We are not analyzing the market. No, we did not come here to analyze the market. I just wanted us to look at different charts that we may see. All right, I just wanted us to look at different charts that we may see, especially the morning star, the morning star. The morning star. So I said that if you don't find an engulfing bar type of a chart pattern, you are going to see a doji type of a chart pattern. If you don't see a doji type of a chart pattern, then you are going to see the morning star type of a chart pattern. All right. So we are saying that a morning star signifies bullish momentum. Okay. A morning star signifies bullish momentum. Morning star signifies bullish momentum. I wish we could find one somewhere. Wish we could find one somewhere. A, a proper morning star type of a chart pattern, so that you are able to connect what exactly am I talking about. But you can see, to those who learned, who were here on the class of dojis, you can see, right? You can see the presence of dojis when the market was trending down and it was changing direction to the upper side. You are able to, I'm sure, to connect. You are able to connect. All right. So what I'm simply saying is, you are going to find out that a certain place sellers were dominating when the market was trending downwards. Okay, sellers were dominating when the market was trending downwards. Okay, so when the market was trending downwards, for example, if I may come here, you can see there was a downtrend here. You can see there was a downtrend right there. All right. So when the market was trending down like this, it is reaching what we call the support level or a resting area. In most cases, we are looking at an area where when the market touches, okay, when the market touches, there is a reaction to it. All right, there is a reaction to it. So you are going to learn about support and resistance. Just follow me closely here. But this is the picture that I want to paint. When the market was trending down, sellers, they were in control. But when it was reaching the support area, you can see that sellers were still in control, but they started losing momentum. So you are going to see that type of a chart pattern, the morning star, around this area where the market is about to make a reversal. Okay, so you are going to see those type of a chart pattern, the morning star, coming around here. Then you are going to see that sellers, they are losing momentum of the market, and buyers, they are finding it an opportunity to enter. Buyers, they are finding an opportunity to enter. So that is the morning star type of a chart pattern. Morning star type of a chart pattern. It is a market reversal signal to the upper side. It signifies bullish momentum. It signifies bullish momentum. All right. It signifies bullish momentum. The morning star type of a chart pattern signifies bullish momentum. Signifies bullish momentum. All right. Yes. Are we together there? Are we together there on the morning star type of a chart pattern? Is anyone remaining behind? Anyone remaining behind? Anyone remaining behind? I wanted to find out a clear morning star type of a chart pattern, but I'm not finding it here. I'm not finding it here. All right. Anyone with an issue before we go to the other type of a chart pattern? Anyone with an issue? Are we together? Morning star type of a chart pattern. Is that okay? Give me one in the chat if it is okay. Give me one in the chat. Somebody says no. How many no's do I have? How many yeses do I have? How many no's do I have? How many yeses do I have? I'm gonna do it according to that. How many no's? I'm seeing second no. I'm seeing second no. How many yeses do I have? The morning star type of a chart pattern. The morning star type of a chart pattern. If we are still together, give me one. If we are not together, give me two. If we are still together, give me one. If we are not together, give me two. If we are not together, give me two, or you give me no. If we are not together, give me no, or you give me two. But if we are together, give me one. Give me one. I'm only seeing 3 no's, 4 no's. I'm only seeing 4 no's. Okay, 5. All right. Okay, let me just come a bit. Let me just come a bit. I'm coming back here. I want you to pay close attention. I'm doing it one more time. So I'm saying a morning star type of a chart pattern. It is a bullish candlestick type of a chart pattern. Okay. Or it is a bullish reversal signal. When we say a reversal signal, we are looking at when the market is trending. Okay. When the market is trending, it trends 2 directions. When it comes to trending, it normally trends to 2 directions. It trends downwards and it trends upwards. Okay, when it comes to trending, when the market is trending, it trends downwards or it trends upwards. So when the market is trending downwards, it creates different types of chart patterns. Some of them, they are the ones that we are looking at. All right, some of them, the market trends, chart patterns, they are the ones we are currently looking at. So we are saying they are chart patterns. That signifies that when you see them, it means the market is going to go downward. So if the market is going to go downward, it means the market was coming from which direction? It means the market was coming from the down direction going to the upper direction. So it is going to change direction afterwards. All right. If the market signifies, if the pattern signifies that the market will go down, it simply means the market is coming from the downside going to the upper side. Okay. So if the market is going to go to the upper side, it simply means that the market is coming from the downward direction. Okay. So the morning star type of a chart pattern, it is a type of a chart pattern that signifies bullish. That signifies bullish. Okay, meaning to say buyers, they are going to take the price high up. So if buyers are going to take the price high up, where is the direction of the market coming from? Or which trend of the market is the market doing? It means the market is doing a downward trend. It is doing a downward trend. All right? Because this guy called the morning star is about to appear. A bright day is about to come. So the market has been in darkness. Okay? Floating lows, darkness, floating lows, darkness. So the morning star is about to appear so that there should be sunrise. So you can see that this is floating lows, this is floating lows. The market has been trending downwards. So it is about to change direction. That's why we are calling this a reversal signal to the upper side. So according to the aligning of the candles, you can see that power is coming from the upper side going downward. When it is reaching around the support area, this is a downtrend. You can see that power is about to be transmuted to the other group of people. All right. So this candle is a little bit bigger than this candle. So we are saying the morning star comprises of 3 candlesticks. Comprises of 3 candlesticks. The first candle is bigger than the second candle. The second candle is smaller than the third candle. So the significance of this candle says sellers, they are still in control. That's the significance of the size of this candle. Says sellers, they are still in control. Their number can be felt in the market. But the next session, it shows that sellers, yes, they are in control, but they are failing. They are failing to continue pressing the price further down. That's why you see the size of the body of this candle is small. Probably this is a 4-hour trade session. This is also a 4-hour trade session. This is also a 4-hour trade session. But you can see that in this 4-hour, the candle was huge, was big. But in this 4-hour, the candle is small. What does that mean? It means sellers, they are now tired. They have been pressing the journey downward. They need to rest. When they are resting, then buyers come, they take over the ball, ready to the upper side. So that's why we are saying a morning star, it is a bullish reversal signal to the upper side. Are we now together? Are we together there? Are we together there? Can you see what was happening here with the morning star? Can you see this candle? This candle is big. The size of this candle is bigger than the other one. The size of this candle, can you see this one? This signifies that the sellers, they are still more in the market. This signifies that sellers, they are losing momentum. So you are going to find out that this middle candle, the second candle, it can be either a doji, okay? It can be either a doji, but it's going to be a candle with a small body. It is going to be a candle with a small body. Mind you, it can be, okay, this candle can be red or it can be green. The middle candle, the small candle, it can be red or it can be green, but it has to be a candle with a small body. So it can be in a form of a doji. Yes, it can be in a form of a doji. All right, but this is how the morning star type of a chart pattern is presented in the market. The market moved this direction. Now it is reaching the area of support. Sellers, they are resting. Okay, they have reached the oversold area with the RSI indicator. Now buyers, they are coming over to take the market to the upper side. Is that clear? Are we still friends? Are we still friends? Are we still friends? Give me yes if we are now friends. If we are now friends, give me yes. If we are now friends, give me yes. That is the morning star type of a chart pattern. So if the sun is rising and you have experienced a bright sunshine throughout the day, you have been basking in the sun, you have been enjoying sunshine, okay? If the sun has been good in that particular day, you are experiencing sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. Are you gonna experience sunshine the entire day? Or are you gonna be in sunshine the whole, forever? If you are having a good day, if you are having a good day, the sky is clear, the sky is blue, that shows that today is sunshine. Is it going to be a sky blue forever? No, it's not going to be a sky blue forever. You should expect that when you receive rain, then probably you might receive, yes, you might receive the opposite. So whenever there is a morning star, whenever you experience a morning star, you have been taking profit, taking profit, taking profit, taking profit, taking profit, taking profit up to the upside here. All right. Mind you, as a trader, that the market is going to change direction. If you look closely here, you can see what happened here. Can you see this type of a candle? Can you see this type of a candle? When you see it around the resistance area, what does that signify? You can see that sellers, they are coming. Okay, sellers, they are coming. Right? They can be felt. Can you see? They can be felt. Yes, buyers, they are still there. But this signifies that sellers, they are now what? Coming. You have been taking profit from here all the way up here. So mind you, watch where you are coming from. How far have you moved? All right. Otherwise, this guy is going to find you. Yes. The morning is going to end and the evening will come. So the evening comes with what? If the morning comes with the sun, the evening comes with what? If the morning comes with light, the evening comes with what? Darkness. So the evening is going to come, which is the opposite of the morning star, right? So the evening star candlestick pattern, it is the opposite of the morning star type of a chart pattern. Can you connect? Can you connect? Do I need to explain further here? Okay, let me say this. The evening star pattern is considered as a bearish reversal signal or a bearish reversal pattern. Okay, that usually occurs. Okay, it usually occurs at the top of a uptrend. At the top of the uptrend. At the top of the uptrend. When I say at the top of the uptrend, you can see this candle, it is a bullish candle, meaning to say the market is coming from this direction. Okay, the market is coming from that direction. These are buyers pressing the price high up, but now they are reaching this area called the overbought area. The overbought area. This is the oversold area. So when they are reaching the overbought area, sellers, they started to resist price. They are trying to resist price, meaning to say, yes, buyers, they are there. Buyers, they are still in control. But now here, buyers, they are failing to push the price further up. They are being resisted. This is a signal that anytime the market is going to change direction to the downside. That's why I'm saying this is the opposite. The evening star type of a chart pattern, it is the opposite of the morning star type of a chart pattern. It also comprises of 3 candles. It comprises 3 candles. In the evening star type of a chart pattern, the buyer candle or the bullish candle, it is on the left side. While on the morning star, the buyer candle is on the what? On the right side. Can you see the difference that I'm talking about? Can you see the difference? This candle is here in the morning star. In the evening star, this candle is on this side. Okay? So it still comprises of 3 candles. Comprises of 3 candles. This tells you that buyers, they are still in control. The second candle tells you, yes, buyers, they are still in control, but they are failing to push the market further. As a result, they are losing momentum. They don't have energy. They need to rest so that they can regain energy. So that is the opportunity for sellers to come and take over. You just need to have this at the back of your mind. If the market is trending up like this, okay, you are a trader, you have entered here, then the market goes this way. You are part of this momentum going up, all right? And you want to buy low and sell high, and you are targeting 3%, you are targeting 5%, you are targeting 10%. The moment your 10% profit reaches, you are going to exit. You're going to exit the team of buyers. You're going to become a what? A seller. Yes, you're going to become a seller at a certain point because you have reached your target what? Your targeted profit. So you're going to see in the process of the price going up, some are going to start selling. That's why you see the market will move a little bit up, it will come down. It will move a little bit up, it will come down. It will move a little bit up, it comes down. These retracements tells you that there are people that have reached their take profit. They want to exit the market and take their profit, right? So when the market is trending up like this, some are buying at the same time, some are selling. But when the power of buyers, is small than the power of sellers, is when you see the market changing direction. Are we together? When the power of supply and demand, we are looking at two powers here, the buyers and sellers. So if the buyers are many in the market, what are you going to see? High up. You're going to see this kind of a market rising, 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 rising. It means buyers, they are more than suppliers or sellers. But when you see the market is going this direction, it means the number of buyers is few than the number of sellers. Okay? Yes. So that is the reason why I was explaining last week that you can find an opportunity to enter the market here. An opportunity to enter the market here, okay? After technically analyzing the market, you said this is an entry point, you enter. Instead of the market going up here, you see that the market, from where you have entered, the market continues to dip. Why? It means the number of sellers that are in the market, okay? Sellers, they are willing to risk more, to sell more. From that point where you have entered, sellers are still wanting to sell more. So the number of sellers and the number of buyers is not equal. Does it make sense, guys? When we are saying we are doing technical analysis, anything can happen. Royal Q cannot control the market. Leader Julius cannot control the market. You and me cannot control the market. It's only buyers and sellers. And don't forget, when we are trading, we are trading at the back of big guys. Big guys. Yes. Remember, institutions, they are also trading. They are trading with big amount of capital. So when they want to take profit, you can feel that, yeah, somebody has taken profit here. Somebody has taken profit here. That's why I have been swallowed up. I have been swallowed up. Are we still friends? Evening Star? Do I need to emphasize more on the Evening Star? I don't think so. It is the opposite version of the Morning Star. Market reversal signal to the downside. Market reversal signal to the downside. So we move, right? We move. Okay, we move. All right, let me go ahead and move. If you are not understanding, please don't hesitate. Drop your question or raise up your hand. All right, raise up your hand or drop a question in the chat. So that is how the Evening Star type of a chart pattern looks like. When you go to your trading view, okay? When you go to your trading view, that's how you may find it, how it looks like. Mind you, your support is somewhere here, your resistance is somewhere here. The market is trending from this position, this direction, going to the upper side. When it is reaching this resistance level, the overbought area, the market is being resisted. So you are going to see this type of a chart pattern forming. If you don't see this type of a chart pattern forming, you are going to see the other one that we have looked at. Okay? you're going to see the other one. That's why I'm saying there are different types of chart patterns that the market normally forms to give you or to help you understand or to help you identify what is happening in the market so that you position yourself whether to enter or to exit when you just have a look at what you are seeing. Okay, so this is the evening star type of a chart pattern. Let's move. Let's get to this guy. Let's come to this guy now. Yes, who is blessed with a car called a hammer? Who is driving a hammer here in this house? Who is driving a hammer here in this house? Anyone? Anyone driving a hammer? Anyone driving a hammer? If you are driving a hammer, please give me one in the chat. If you are driving a hammer, give me one in the chat. Someone says Mr. Kabanda. Anyone driving a hammer? Because we want to talk about you now. We want to talk about you now. If you're driving a hammer, give me one. Wow, we've got one person here. Is it only one? Is it only one? Is it only one? I know that we are blessed here. I know that we are blessed here. Someone says he's having a Maserati. Okay. No, we don't want people that are riding bicycles. We don't want people that are riding bicycles. Okay, we've got one person who is driving a hammer. Okay, let's go to Mr. Hammer. Let's go to Mr. Hammer. Yes, whenever you see a hammer, whenever you see a hammer in the market, whenever you see a hammer in the market, if you can recall very well, if you can recall very well, remember we were looking at a candlestick anatomy, right? Then we discovered that a candlestick has got what we call shadows, upper shadows and lower shadows. So the formation of a hammer comes from that type of a scenario. Can you see? Can you recall? To those who attended the lesson about shadows, can you see how a hammer is coming from? Yes. So let us look at it now. Let us talk more about it. So this is a hammer. The hammer is a candlestick. Okay. The hammer is a candlestick which is created when, okay, which is created when the open, can you see? This is the open, okay? This is the open. The open, all right, I'm saying the open high, the open high, okay? The open high, they are close to each other. What do I mean when I say the open high? The price opened here. This is the opening of the price, or this is the opening of the market, all right? But this is how high the market went. There is no shadow on top there. There is no shadow on top there. It is only having the closing. The closing. So the closing becomes the high of the market in this scenario. In the issue of a hammer, in the issue of the hammer, the closing of the market becomes the high of the market. Come on, guys. Let me paint a very good picture here. Where is my trading view? Let me load it here so that we can break that. We can break that. I want us to look at this hammer in a different way. All right. So I'm saying the open high and the close, they are roughly the same price. That is the first characteristic for you to know that this is a hammer. The open high and the close, they are roughly at the same price. Sometimes they are at the same price, but they are roughly at the same price. My trading view takes time sometimes to load. Let me look for a hammer here, a very good hammer. Very good hammer. Can I find one? Can I find one? Can I find one? Can I find one? Come on, come on. Let me check it in a longer time frame. Let me check it in a longer time frame. I might find one in the longer time frame. I want us to look at a hammer. I want us to look at a hammer. Can I find one? Why is it not loading? Why is it not loading? Okay, here we are. Can we find one? Can we find one? I want us to find a very perfect hammer. Okay, probably it may take a lot of our time. It may take a lot of our time. Maybe let's use this one. But I wanted a hammer without a shadow. I wanted a hammer without a shadow. Yes. I wanted a flat hammer. That's what I was looking for. I didn't want a hammer with a small shadow there, but I wanted a hammer without a shadow so that the closing of the market becomes the high of the market. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Where the market has closed, that's where also becomes the high of the market, because I wanted to make that point clear. When I said the open high, when I say the open high, okay, what do I mean? It means where the market opened, okay, where the market opened and where the market closed, it is almost the same. You can see that from this point to this point, it is very close to each other. Roughly, it is very close to each other. All right. That's what I was looking at. All right. So we are saying the hammer, it is a candlestick pattern which is created when the open high and the close are roughly the same price. Okay. It is also characterized by a long, okay, long lower shadow. It is also characterized by a long lower shadow when you are looking at the hammer. Long lower shadow, long lower shadow. That is the second characteristic of a hammer. It is having a long lower shadow. And when you see a hammer, what comes to your mind as a trader? A hammer, it indicates a bullish, okay, a bullish rejection from buyers. And their intention, the intention of buyers is to what? Is to push the market further, is to push the market to the upper side, is to push the market to the upper side. Okay? Yes. For example, if you can look at what happened here, if you can look at what happened here, can you see this candle is having a long lower shadow? But what is happening here started from there. Can you see this guy here? Who is this guy? Who is this guy here? So when you see this happening, can you see this very long shadow? Okay? It means buyers, they are coming small. Buyers, they are coming small in the market. They want to take over from the sellers. Okay? So you can see that something clearly now appeared here. Something clearly appeared right there. Okay? So the picture that I'm painting is when you see a candlestick, when you see a candlestick that is having a hammer like that, but now the shadow is longer. Okay, the shadow is longer. That signifies bullish momentum. The market is going to reverse to the upper side. Mind you, where can you find a hammer to signify that the market is going to change the trend from down or from trending down to trending up? Because here, the hammer here signifies that buyers, they are rejecting price to go further down. Buyers, they are rejecting price to go further down. That's why you see the presence of this hammer right here. Okay, that's why you see the presence of this hammer right here. It means that buyers, they are rejecting price to go further down, to go further down. So you see the presence of a longer lower shadow. Okay, the opening and the closing, they are almost at the same place. Roughly, they are at the same place. Sometimes you may find a small shadow there. Sometimes you may find a small shadow there. Okay, but the high and the opening, they are almost roughly at the same place. So the hammer can also be called a pin bar. The hammer can also be called a pin bar. So hammers signifies bullish momentum, signifies speed to the upper side. Hammers. So it should have the closing price, it should have the opening price that are almost roughly at the same. But mind you, it should have a very long lower shadow. It should have a longer shadow. Yes, a longer shadow. But it should be the lower one, not the upper. No, but the lower shadow, it should be a long one. That is a hammer. That is a hammer. Can you see there? Can you see that guy there? Can you see that guy there? Can you see what happened there? Something like this happened here, where I was showing you. Where I was showing you. Yes. Where I was showing you, something like this happened. Almost there. Almost there. Can you see there? Yes. So that is a hammer. Signifies bullish momentum. Anyone with a question? Are we still together? Are we still together on the hammer? I want us to move a little bit faster. Anyone with an issue on the hammer? Anyone with an issue on the hammer? Are we still friends? Are we still friends? Give me yes. Give me yes if you are okay. Give me yes. Yes. The hammer and the doji, they are like a cousin and a niece. They are the same family. Okay, the hammer and the doji, they are the same family. But the difference is that look at the open and the high. Someone says the hammer and the doji, they are confusing. They should not confuse you. They should not confuse you. The hammer has got a head. The hammer has got a head. Okay? It should have the head. And if it is going to have a shadow, it should be having a small shadow. It should be having a small shadow, the hammer. While the doji is like a plus sign. The doji is like a plus sign. The opening and the closing, they are at the same place. When you are looking at a doji, what I was showing you here is a doji. What I was showing here is a doji. That thing here. Can you see this one? This is a doji. This is a doji. It's not a hammer. Okay? The hammer should have a small body like the one that is developing there. It should have at least a body. Here, there is no body here. Can you see? The opening and the closing is actually it is at the same place here. The opening and the closing is at the same place. But a hammer, it should be having a small body. If you turn this candle upside down, it will become a hammer. The one that is developing here right now, it will become a hammer. So a hammer should have a small body, but a long lower shadow. This one is a doji, this one is a hammer. That's the difference. But they are family members. Because if this one can start having a small body, it's gonna move from a doji, is gonna become a hammer. Okay, it's gonna become a hammer. Let me make my candles small. Probably might find, but it's gonna take our time. That's why I don't want to dwell much here. That's why I don't want to dwell much here. Okay, I don't want to dwell much here. We're gonna spend more time here looking for this type of chart patterns, right? Yeah, but I just want you to have this mindset. I want you to have this mindset that the doji is more like a plus sign or a cross, while a hammer, it is having a small body. A hammer always should have that thing on top, as the name signifies hammer. Yes, it should have that thing. All right, that's the difference. So don't get confused with the hammer and the doji. Don't get confused with the hammer and the doji. Right? Yes. So that is the hammer. Can you see? That is the hammer. All right. So let us look at the inverted hammer now, called the shooting star. Let us look at this guy. This one is the opposite of the hammer. This is a bearish pin bar, while the hammer, it is a bullish pin bar. So the hammer upside down becomes a shooting star. The hammer upside down becomes the shooting star or a bearish pin bar. So if a hammer signifies bullish momentum, what does the shooting star signifies? It signifies bearish momentum. If a hammer is found along the resting area for sellers, which is the support area, where can you find the shooting star? It means the shooting star, you're going to find it on top. The shooting star, you find it on top, that is resistant. The hammer, you find it on the bottom, that is support. Support, it is the resting area for sellers. Resistant, it is the resting area for buyers. That time is going to come where you're going to learn about support and resistance. So this is the overbought area. This is the oversold area. So this guy called the shooting star, you are going to see him when the market has been trending upwards. It is reaching this resistant level. And you're going to see that this type of a hammer, the inverted hammer, coming up. This signifies, can you see? If you see something like this, if you remember about shadows, what did I say? I said that when you see something like this, it simply means when the market opened here, the first activity that took place was the selling activity, right? So after the selling activity took place, then buyers, they came in, they bought till they reached at this level, okay, which is the high of the market. When the market reached here, then sellers, they came in. Some people were supposed to take profit. Remember, this is big enough. This is more than 3%. This is more than 5%. So some had to take profit. So when it reached up there, some started to sell, to take profit, till the market closed here. That's where the market closed. So it has created what we call a shadow. The activity of sellers, after the price went up, then the activity of selling took place. Then it created what we call a shadow, which is a longer upper shadow. It is upper shadow because it is found up. It is found up from the body. When it is found down from the body, it is called a lower shadow. But this one becomes an upper shadow, and it is a longer one. So this signifies that sellers, they are coming, because this is a selling activity. So sellers, they are rejecting price. They are rejecting price. Probably you're going to see the next candle there that is going to come here. It is going to show you that sellers, they are taking over. Then after that, you see this kind of a movement going down. So the market came from this side. It has been resisted. So this is the shooting star, the hammer upside down. or you can call it an inverted hammer. Are we still friends? Are we still friends before I exit here? That is the shooting star. Can you see how it looks like? Can you see how it looks like now amongst the other families or amongst the other candles? How it looks like? Can you see? So that tells you that sellers, they are there. They are coming. Okay? Sellers, they are coming. Still friends? Shooting star. Shooting star is the opposite of the hammer. The shooting star, it is the opposite of the hammer, not the morning star. Don't confuse because it's the word star. So someone will be talking about the morning star. Anybody with a question? Maybe we can just do one more pattern, then we close. One more pattern, then we close. Why are we learning? Why are we learning this? If I may ask a question, why are we learning patterns? Why are we learning about these chart patterns? Can someone tell me in the chat? The color does not matter. The color does not matter. If you go to your trading view, you can change the red candles to make them white. It is a color that you paint with your candles. So the color does not matter. What matters is what does the candle signifies. Because even if you can change the green candles to be white, you're gonna still see that the white candles, they are forming from the bottom going up. Okay? But for you to identify clearly that these are buyers and these are sellers, that's why green and red makes more sense. Green and red makes more sense. But the color does not matter. What matters is the interpretation. Why are we analyzing candlestick chart patterns? You needed to know where should you exit, where should you enter, because you are a trader. When you are able to identify a chart pattern, it tells you that the market is going to go to the upper side or the market is going to go to the downside. So if you wanted to enter, where should you enter? Tell me now. According to the chart patterns that we have discovered, which chart patterns should help you to enter the market? Which chart patterns? The ones to the downside or the ones to the upper side? Which chart patterns should help you enter the market? Which chart patterns? Tell me in the chat. Which chart patterns should help you enter the market? The ones that signifies down or the ones that signifies up? Which chart patterns? You can even mention them. You can even mention them. Mention the chart patterns if you are able to. Give me the chart patterns that it tells you that enter the market. Which chart patterns that tells you enter the market? Which chart patterns? Give me answers in the chat. Which chart patterns that tells you enter the market or prepare to enter? Enter or prepare to enter? Which ones? Which ones? Hammer. I see hammer. I see a dragonfly, doji. I see morning star. Yes. Dragonfly, morning star, hammer. Those guys, they tell you to prepare to enter the market or probably to enter the market. Yes. When you are talking about a doji, we should tell me which type of a doji. Don't just say doji, because dojis, there are two types. So be specific and say dragonfly doji, because there is a gravestone doji, right? Yes. So morning star, hammer, dragonfly, they tell you that prepare to enter the market. Yes. Hammer and shooting star. Evening star. Someone says evening star. Is that true? Evening star. All right. So guys, this is awesome. I think we have only left with 2 or not 3 chart patterns to finish. To finish the most likely chart patterns that you can find in the market. I didn't want us to move with a speed. I wanted us to lane. We can do all these chart patterns in one day. Okay, but it has taken us almost a week because I wanted you guys to understand them. We were moving at a very slow speed. Okay, but we can do the chart patterns in one day lesson and we are done. But the reason why we took time, I wanted you to understand the interpretation, the development behind each and every chart pattern. All right, so I think we are only left with 2, if not 3 chart patterns. Then on the list of chart patterns that I wanted to share, it's gonna be the end. Then Leader Julius is going to come and teach us about support and resistance so that it makes more sense. Where should you draw your support line? Where should you draw your resistance line? You don't just draw anywhere. No. You look at levels or areas of support and areas of resistance. And how do you draw that? In connection with these chart patterns, some of the chart patterns, they are going to tell you where should you draw your support and resistance. All right. Was that helpful? Was that helpful? I don't think we should continue here. No, we have done enough for today. We have done enough for today. I think I'm gonna only ask one more day, which is tomorrow. Then we're gonna wrap up on the chart patterns. Tomorrow we're gonna wrap all the chart patterns. Then Wednesday, Leader Julius is gonna come. Leader Julius will have something. So make sure that you don't finish. You don't miss the lesson for tomorrow, the class for tomorrow. Don't miss it because we are wrapping all the chart patterns. So when we come to support and resistance, then it's going to make more sense. It's gonna make more sense. All right. Anyone with a question? Anybody with a question? Anybody with a question? I don't see any question here. Okay. John, your hand is up. Let me allow you to unmute. Yes, John, ask your question.
Okay, sir, thank you for your presentation. I want to ask one question about the difference between this Doge, 2 types of Doge. Since I'm today is the first day to enter the Zoom meeting, so I want only to know the difference between the Gravestone Doge on their size, on their appearances.
So John, you are now creating a problem for me because you joined the Zoom in the middle. We did this, so you are trying to say I should go back there and start talking about Doges, which is not my problem. But anyway, when it comes to Doges, there are 2 types. There is what we call the Dragonfly Doji, and then there is what we call the Gravestone Doji. Let me just share my screen quickly. I just want you to look at them. I'm not gonna spend more time. I just want you to have a look. How do they look like when it comes to the dojis, right? So that you are able to have a good picture of dojis. Let me just scroll back and come to dojis. Okay, so this is where we started when it comes to a doji. This is a dragonfly doji. Okay, this is a dragonfly doji. Sometimes it may have a small upper shadow there. It may have a small upper shadow right there. Okay, but the lower shadow is a longer one. Can you see this tail is long? Okay, so this tells you that buyers, they want to push the market to the upper side. They are taking away from sellers. Probably the market has been trending downwards like this. So the sellers are reaching the support level, which is the resting area for them. So buyers, they are coming. They see that this is an opportunity to enter the market. So that's where you join, you as a trader. When you see a doji, a dragonfly doji specifically, you prepare yourself to enter the market. All right. So this is how it looks like. Can you see? Can you see there? Can you see there? That is a dragonfly doji. All right. So the opposite of this is this one here. That is the opposite. So if you are able to track, you are going to find out the difference between a doji and a hammer. A doji is having a small is either the upper or the lower shadow. Okay, while the hammer doesn't have, in most cases, the hammer doesn't have. So you can see that this is a gravestone doji. But I was saying that these are family members. A doji and a hammer, they are family members. Okay, John, are we okay? Did I give you some light on the dojis? I think you have muted. I thought your mic is still on. Okay, you said it's okay. All right, fine. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Let's end the session here. We are going to meet again in the next session. Guys, what are the chart patterns that helps us to enter the market? Someone is asking. I'm not going to answer that question. I want you guys to answer. Can you mention the chart patterns that helps us enter or that help us prepare to enter the market? To those that are still here, can you give us the chart patterns that helps us enter or prepare to enter the market? Can you give me the names? Give me the names. Give me the names. The chart patterns that helps us enter or prepare to enter. One is a hammer. One is a hammer. Two is a bullish engulfing bar. Two is a bullish engulfing bar. Three is a dragonfly. Three is a dragonfly doji. Four is a morning star. Okay, four is a morning star. Okay, so we are having a hammer, a morning star, a dragonfly doji, a bullish engulfing bar. So far. Dragonfly doji, not just a doji, but it should be a dragonfly doji because there is a gravestone doji. So when you're talking about a doji should be a dragonfly. So there's a dragonfly doji, a hammer, a morning star, and bullish engulfing bar. Those are the chart patterns that signifies bullish momentum. Is that okay, Kate? That was Kate who was asking that. I'm sure you have written them down. Kate, are you okay now? Kate, are you okay now? All right. Okay, thank you so much. So guys, this is the end of our sharing for today. Tomorrow we're gonna finish all the chart patterns. Then we're gonna get into something else on Wednesday. So let's meet in the next Zoom. Today is a Monday. We do have 9 o'clock Zoom at that is 9 a.m. South African time and 10 a.m. East African Standard Time. It should be 8 a.m. Nigerian time. Yes. So let's meet in the next Zoom that is coming today. It's a Monday. We have just started our week. May you have a fantastic